Happy full moon, Chair Yogis. Welcome to our Chair Yoga practice for today. Today it is a full moon, so we're going to tap into the beautiful moon energy in a flowing and fluid practice with a Chandra Namaskar, which is the moon salutation. Don't forget, if you like this video, if you like Chair Yogaing with me, please like the video, and you can also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the logo at the bottom of the screen, and that way more people will get to see our videos and Chair Yoga along with us. For now, let's get started. We're going to start our practice today in sitting mountain. As always, we'll come into our mountain pose in good postural alignment where we're sitting nice and tall. We've got the crown of the head up, the tailbone is coming down. We'll rest the hands down or maybe up on your lap if you'd like to receive. If you need a little grounding, you can pop the hands facing downwards. And just close your eyes and just let your awareness now start to settle within. And first of all, just noticing the breath. Coming into your natural rhythm of breath. No changing, no manipulating, no forcing anything right now. But just noticing. Notice how your breath has this cyclical kind of nature to it. Breath goes in, sustain the breath for a moment, and then it goes back out again. Goes in, sustained, goes out. And just following that gentle flow of your breath within. And the breath is almost like the moon in the way that it starts off with the inhale like the new moon, grows until we get that sustainment like the full moon, and then we exhale like the waning moon back to the beginning again. And it just keeps going round and round with no real stopping whatsoever. So just letting your breath flow just like that moon. Not letting any parts get stuck and not being attached to any particular parts, because every part of that breath is so important. Yes, we need our oxygen, our inhale to bring life into our body, to feed our cells and our blood and everything. But if we don't exhale, we're stuck. So let's value every single part of that cycle. That inhale, that little pause, that exhale. Just taking a couple of breaths more, just in your own way. Everyone's cycle is different. And when you feel ready to, you can just gently open the eyes and come back into the space that you're in. And just notice how you feel. Now let's start to move, and we're just going to flow. I want you to we're going to circle the wrist, but try to keep your fingers kind of light and airy. Keep your arms kind of heavy and just take them up to wherever feels right for you. And then maybe we'll just change that around, like it's not much effort to move your hands. More flow. Let's come up. At this time too, I really believe that we're being called to be quite fluid and flowy, because we have to be adaptable, right? Everything's changing all the time, but that's okay. We can still breathe and go with that flow rather than fight against it. Let's come up into the middle and just let the fingers roll in and maybe roll back out one at a time if you can. Just again, find your own rhythm, your own flow. Keep breathing. Always come back to that breath. I might do just one more. And then from here, we'll just circle the shoulders, but just sort of free form as well. Again, we're in that sort of water element today, that element of flow. So let's invite that liquidy kind of movement, changing directions. And just taking your arms to wherever feels good, right? Again, we're just being fluid. We might even change things halfway through. That's okay. And bring the hands up, and we might take our palms back to back here, and then inhale, come through the heart space and open the palms out and draw them back in and just circling, looping around. And just breathing, inhaling, exhaling like we were just before. Your own pattern, your own pace. And then we'll just come back into the center, and we're going to take our hands in onto the thighs, and let's just move our spine in whatever way feels nice for us now. So just moving with your own flow. You can even close your eyes if you feel balanced enough. You can rotate, you can move your shoulder blades, you can go down, you can stay up, there's so many options. Just flow. You can even let your hands come off your thighs and start to add your arms in, kind of like a little yoga dance. But only whatever feels safe and comfortable, remember. As we go through these changes, we want to still feel grounded. So keep your feet keeping you steady and supported while the rest of you goes into that little exploration, that little movement. Might just take another couple of breaths, just doing whatever you're doing. No need to finish anything equally. Don't worry about it. We'll come back into the center after that second or third breath. And just notice how that felt to have that bit of playtime, a little bit of freedom in the practice. Yes, feels good for me. So we'll just come down to our legs, and we're just going to lift our left foot up onto the tippy toe, and that might be enough for you to stay. And you might want to just circle your ankles with your foot connected to the floor, or you might want to pick it up and circle. You might even want to straighten it out and circle. You might want to do some in each part, yeah? So just pick whatever you want at this point, and we'll do about 5 one way and then 5 the other. Just changing, and again we're sort of just flowing, so there's no real structure yet. It's gentle structure, I should say. When you're finished about that 5th one, just come back into the center again. We'll pop that down. We'll just do the other side. So again, you might want to do some on the ground, you might want to do some with your knee bent, some with your leg extended, some kind of halfway there, halfway here. Just whatever. And again, when you're finished about that 5th one on the reverse, just coming back into the center. And we're going to do some movements for our hips now. So again, you can keep your toe on the ground and move your leg out and in and up and down a little bit. Or you might want to just take it off the ground and start to just, again, like kind of free flow. You can use your hands to support your knee as well. Or if you have a strap or a scarf, that also might help in this movement for you too. Just move your hip in all different directions. Remember, it doesn't just go forward and back, but it goes side to side and it rotates around as well, being that ball and socket joint that it is. Let's be free, hey? Let's do the other side. I don't know how many I'm doing each way. I'm not even worrying about that at this point in time. I'm just moving, letting my leg guide me for a change. Doesn't happen very often, does it? Again, and just lots of different movements. And then when you're ready to, we'll bring that leg back down to the ground and maybe just pick up the toes and fan the toes out and place them down. Feel that steadiness return after you've had your leg off the ground, perhaps to the floor. So we go like off on that little airy or watery tangent, but then we can come back down to earth and we're like, yep, we're stable and solid and secure. So that's all about balancing too our nervous system, and doing that balancing is going to help us feel more balanced, go the energy of Libra in, and we're going to end up having better balance in our perception of what's going on around us and our ability to handle what's going on around us. Beautiful. So now let's take our hands and turn them up as though we're holding water in our hands. And from here, you can go down and up with this as far as feels comfortable for you, okay? So we're going to take a breath in. On the exhale breath, we're going to come forward as though we're going to scoop up the water from the ground. We're going to lift the arms up, and on the exhale, we'll let that water float over our heads. And we'll come back down, and on the inhale, we scoop the water up. And then we let it flow over our heads. Beautiful cleansing water. Inhale, and letting everything you're holding go as you exhale, bringing those hands down. Now we'll sweep the arms up as we breathe in. We'll take them to wherever's comfortable, so it might be in front of your face or it might be a little higher. Take a breath in here, you can interlace or you can make an L shape. And on the exhale breath, we're going to go to the left first. And on the inhale, we'll come back to the center, little crescent moon towards the right. Inhale, coming back to the center. Now let's heel toe our feet out a little bit wider apart. Take your hands up either to the shoulders or perhaps like a cactus, and join your index and your thumb together for Jana Mudra. Coming into our goddess pose, let's take a few breaths here. Even though we're staying still in our physical shell, feel that flow within, still going. Now your next exhale breath, extend through your arms or keep them on the shoulders, and if you want to, come up onto your tippy toes for a 5-pointed star. Reach out through your fingertips as though those little pointed edges of your star are trying to reach the side walls, and the crown of the head's trying to reach the ceiling. And then slowly exhale, bring your hands back in. Let's bring the feet back in as well. And we're going to take a little walk around towards the left side of the chair. Now, when we get here, there's a few options, but we want to make sure that our left leg is staying steady in sitting mountain. We can take our right leg to a V shape if that feels comfortable, or maybe to an L shape or somewhere in between that. But again, just looking for that alignment, yeah? If you feel comfortable and it's okay for you to extend that back leg out, please feel free, but do what's right for your hips and your body. And I'm going to bring mine back in. Remember that whole foot, wherever you are, needs to be on the ground. Taking a breath in, tall, and on the exhale breath, reach out as though you're going to try to touch the left wall, and actually I'm touching the left wall, and then find your forearm to your side, but don't collapse your body, and then bring your right hand up to your shoulder, or maybe a little bit off, or maybe a little bit more or a bit more for our triangle pose. And here again, we're going to take a few breaths. Reach out through the fingertips. If you want, you can slide down your left hand towards the ground, only if that feels comfortable. Just remember, again, it's your body and your practice. Just go with the flow today. You don't have to be rigid. One more breath. Nice. And then coming back up, press through your feet. If your leg was out extended, bring it back to L-shaped leg now. And we're going to see if maybe we can extend our front leg out. So remember, you can take it wherever, but keep your whole foot onto the ground. You can see my hands, I might just back a little bit. And then from here, we're going to take a breath in. Now you could have your hands at your heart, or maybe on your hips, or maybe even behind your back if that feels okay. And we're going to come out over this leg. You're welcome to keep your body up with the head above the heart, and only if it feels comfortable for you. You could let your head come down and even maybe reach your hands down, but remember that that might not be for you, so just find that place where you feel comfortable. Feel like even though you've gone maybe down the leg, you can still breathe. Because remember, your breath is your flow. If we lose that, then we're stuck. So let's come back so we can breathe. Next inhale breath, we're going to start to come back up. Now we're going to bring that front leg in so that it's 90 degrees again, that sitting mountain alignment. We're going to walk the right foot back in, and we're going to take it back to either the first leg of the chair or the second, or if you want, you could take it out a little further. Just again, look after your body. And then from there, either one hand or two, you can start to climb upwards towards the sky. Now you can leave them separated, you can bring them closer together. You can again make that L shape if you want to with your hands. Lifting up, don't drop the head back, but you might let the gaze lift up a little bit. You may also let your sternum lift a little if you want. Feel both of your legs are strong, so that back heel is pressing backwards. And take another breath here. And then from here, slowly bring your hands down. Lovely, walking that back foot in a little bit. And again, we'll take it either here or maybe out a little bit in front. Now, you can extend it from the front or V shape if you want. Or again, you can take it back a little bit further and take the heel off the ground. Take a breath in. You may bring your hands to your heart or keep them on your legs. And we're just going to lean gently over to the side. Just take a breath here. And then on the inhale, let's come back up and we'll bring this leg in and we'll take our high heels on and we're just going to walk around to the other side of the chair. Now we're going to start in that position we were just in. So we might be taking V shape, we might be taking L, or we might even take it out a little bit behind us. The heel can press into the ground and my legs feel different on each side, so I'm going to change my position on this side. So you can do the same. 90 degrees on this one, so we're nice and stable. We're going to breathe in, hands maybe to the heart, and we come down. So we're going to place the elbow onto the leg. Just feeling that gentle opening through the hamstring. Keep the spine long, make sure you can still breathe. And on your inhale, press up through the legs. Bring this leg back in. We're going to walk it around so that we come towards the side of the chair again. Keep your right leg grounded. Begin to walk your left leg back, find your level of flexibility, find your arms into that crescent and maybe change the interlace of your fingers to the unusual way this time as you lift up. And again, only taking your arms to where it feels good. Come back to that flow, strong and grounded through the legs, but breath and blood and everything flowing within. Then on the next exhale, bring your hands back down. Take hold of your chair, draw your back leg in and start to open back into an L-shaped leg or a V-shaped leg. This time we extend out. We try to keep the toes on the ground here. We're going to breathe in, choose your hand position, and on your exhale, we're going to fold gently over that right leg. Now again, you might find your way down a little bit towards the ground, but remembering to stop where it feels good. Keep the spine and where you can still breathe, most importantly. Next inhale breath, we're going to come back up. We're going to first of all bring this back leg in, and then if you want to, you can adjust this other leg out longer. For our Trikonasana, you'll reach out towards that left wall of the room, forearm to the thigh without collapsing, and find your level. So left arm, right go up, shoulder a little bit more, or all the way up. Remember, you might keep your forearm here. Take one more beautiful breath here. And then on your inhale breath, coming back, draw your back leg in if you took it out, and walking back around to our wide-legged mountain base. Now, an option here for our five-pointed star, if you want to keep your feet where they are, feel free. If you want to move them out a little bit wider apart, you can also do that. You might press into all your feet, or you again might lift your heels off the ground. Then the arms, shorter or longer. Feel all the points of your stars reaching out for the corners they're directed at. And breathe. And then on your next exhale, slowly bring your hands down, walk the feet back in if you took them out, and on your inhale, let's rise up to a goddess pose, our glorious goddesses that we are. And even if you're a male, you still have that divine feminine energy within you. We all have both. And from there, bring your hands down, walk your feet back into sitting mountain alignment. Take a big breath in, let your arms rise up. Now interlace your fingers the unusual way again. And on your exhale breath, take yourself up and over to the right. And then inhale back to the center. And exhale to the left. And inhale, center, and draw those hands down. Make that beautiful cup in your hands, and inhale, scoops that water up, and exhale. Nice. And again, breathing in, scooping up. And one more final cleanse. And if you want this time to let your fingers actually come down over your face, your neck, shoulders, your belly, and then rest upon your thighs. Ooh, take a breath here. Maybe close your eyes and notice how that feels. Notice if there's physical sensations. Also notice if there's any emotions rising up, because working with that water energy is really great for shifting the emotions. Just noticing what's present for you. Let's take another couple of breaths here. It's going to now just take a gentle forward fold. Now I invite you to either keep your legs bent, or maybe extend them out further if that feels nice for you. I'm going to keep mine bent today, but you do what's right for you. And whatever you do, just support your knee joint, yeah? So a little bit of bend in the knee if you extend out. So breathing in, and on the exhale, just come forward, maybe just resting the forearms on the thighs. That might be enough. You might even want to just circle the wrists while you're here. And the other way. Also inviting water in our joints when we do this, just hydrating the joints. And then if you want to, you can either just stay and hang out. It doesn't even have to be really active, although your feet need to support you. But if you feel like you want to just gently drape over your legs, you can make them wider if you want, for a bit more space. And just drape, maybe let the head fall if you feel comfortable. But again, think about it. Can you breathe? It's going to get very hot down there if you can't breathe. So make sure that breath can still flow. Make this a cooling pose, balancing pose, beautiful restorative pose. Take another couple of breaths, and in your own time, as you're breathing, you can start to return up. No rush, just enjoying the process. Taking your time, making any other final movements that you want before we take a little rest in Shavasana. If you want for Shavasana, you can move back in your chair and let your body rest on the back of the seat and let your legs move out a bit and the hands turn up if you like in your lap. Just feeling maybe the sensation in your palms, feeling the sensation in your whole body. Letting your face soften, your chest, the belly, the hips, the legs, the feet and the arms and the hands, the whole body. Finding its way now into softness and stillness. And every breath, just as though you are melting down into your chair. Just let the body be heavy. Let it go. No need to hold anything right now. And as the body relaxes, the mind relaxes, the thoughts come and go, just like the waves at the beach, just come and go. And they're just gentle waves, really, really small and gentle. Allow the emotions to soften as well. You may even notice the breath itself softens here. It becomes light and wispy, almost non-existent maybe. And then just for a moment or so, just sitting here in this state of just being in your own flow and not trying or doing anything at all. Just resting. And when it's time to return, I'll let you know. Now when you're ready, just start to come back to that flow of breath within. Just following that flow. It goes in, builds up, peaks and then goes out again. When you're ready, you can follow that breath back into your body and just be aware of your body again and the way that it's sitting and the places that you can feel touching different surface, and you can give your fingers a wiggle if you want, and your toes, and again just like free forming that we did before, just moving in whatever way feels really good. Not too much thought behind it, and you can eventually crawl your way back to sitting mountain. Just take your time. you arrive in sitting mountain, you might just like to bring your hands up to your heart center. And just bringing our left and right palms together in the center is a symbol of rebalancing in itself, coming back to center. This is Anjali Mudra. It's calming, it's heart focused. Let's take another breath here. When you're ready, gently open the eyes if you haven't opened them already. Let's a little bow to each other to honor each other and the light within all of us. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in that full moon practice. I hope that you feel it was releasing, renewing, and refreshing for you. If you liked the video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any feedback, you want to say hello, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you and we can connect that way. Have a beautiful rest of your full moon day. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.